She was not born strong. She was born soft. With hands that wanted to hold. With eyes that trusted easily. With a heart that believed love would always be gentle. But life does not ask permission. Life does not knock. It enters loudly. And sometimes it breaks everything quietly. She learned early. That silence can be louder than screams. That staying can hurt more than leaving. That loving too much can feel like losing yourself. They told her, be patient. Be understanding. Be grateful. As if pain is something women should know how to carry gracefully. She smiled. Not because she was happy, but because no one taught her how to cry out loud. Every morning she woke up, put herself back together. Like shattered glass pretending to be whole. She fixed her face. She fixed her voice. She fixed her soul just enough to survive another day. No one saw the battles she fought in the dark. No one heard the prayers she whispered into her pillow. No one knew how heavy her heart felt when she chose everyone else over herself. She gave, and gave, and gave, until there was nothing left. But still they asked for more. She loved people who did not know how to love her back. She waited for apologies that never came. She believed in promises that were never meant to be kept. At night, when the world finally slept, she questioned herself. Was I too much? Or were they never enough? She replayed every word, every moment, every mistake, blaming herself for pain that was never hers to carry. They called her emotional, too sensitive, too soft. But they never called her brave. They never called her brave. For staying kind in a cruel world. For choosing empathy over anger. For loving even after being broken. Strength came to her quietly. Not as power, but as survival. Not as confidence, but as endurance. She learned that walking away is not weakness. That choosing peace is not selfish. That protecting her heart is not a crime. One day, she stopped explaining, stopped begging, stopped shrinking herself to fit into places that never valued her. She began to listen to her own voice. A voice she had ignored for years. A voice that said, you deserve more. More respect. More honesty. More love. Especially from yourself. Healing was not beautiful. It was messy. It was lonely. It was slow. Some days she felt strong. Some days she fell apart again. But this time, she did not hate herself for it. She understood. That healing is not forgetting. It is remembering without bleeding. She forgave. Not because they deserved it, but because she deserved peace. She learned to sit with her pain, without letting it define her. To feel deeply, without drowning. Now when she smiles, it is real. Now when she says no, it is powerful. Now when she loves without losing herself. She still feels pain. She still remembers. She still has scars. But scars are not shame. They are proof. That she survived. That she endured. That she lived. She never asked to be strong. She only wanted to be safe. To be loved. To be understood. But life made her strong anyway. Not loud. Not fearless. But unbreakable in ways no one could see. And if you look closely at women like her, you will see the quiet courage, the unseen battles, the strength built from tears. She is not weak. She never was. She is a woman who turned pain into wisdom, silence into power, and survival into strength. And slowly, she learned something no one ever taught her. That softness is not a flaw. It is a strength the world tries to harden. She learned that the heart that feels deeply also loves deeply, and even when it breaks, it does not lose its ability to heal. There were days when the old pain returned without warning. A song, a smell, a memory, and suddenly she was back there, feeling small, feeling unseen, feeling like she had to earn love. But this time, she held herself differently. She did not rush her healing. She did not shame her sadness. She did not force herself to be okay, just to make others comfortable. She sat with her emotions. Let them speak. Let them pass. Because she finally understood. That healing is not about erasing the past. It is about learning how to live with it, without letting it control you. She stopped apologizing for needing space. Stopped feeling guilty for choosing rest. Stopped confusing sacrifice with love. Love, she learned, does not require self-destruction. It does not demand silence. It does not ask you to disappear. And for the first time, she chose herself. Not out of anger, but out of respect. She built boundaries, not walls. She learned to say, I am tired. I need time. This hurts me. Without explaining herself to people who never tried to understand. Some people left. Some relationships ended. And it hurt. But not as much as staying, where she was never truly seen. She realized that loneliness with self-respect is better than togetherness that feels empty. Now she walks differently. Not louder. Not harder. But grounded.